to my channel. I am continuing to journey on into the world of contemporary romance, and I have decided the next author that I wanted to try out is Abby Jimenez, I think is how you say her name. I only have 2 of the books right now. I am definitely getting Just for the Summer as well because I've just seen so much about that book, so I'm gonna try that out as well. But I have these 2, which I've also seen really good ratings for and reviews for, so I am looking forward to reading these. I am a little bit nervous because I feel like the Emily Henry books honestly satisfied that summer reading that I needed. I'm not craving that energy as much, but I am still like interested in it for like the end of summer, so hopefully I enjoy these and kind of give these a fair rating. I really liked the Emily Henry books, so I feel like I have like kind of high expectations going into it, which probably, I don't know if that's like a good idea or not, but we're gonna see. I'm not gonna lie, the backs of these books don't really do much for me. It's not captivating me in the same way that Emily Henry books were, which I should probably just stop the comparison right here because I don't want to like compare these 2 authors. Oh, speaking of, she wrote a blurb for this one. Also, I did mention that I was thinking about reading Taylor Jenkins Reid books, but I think I'm gonna save that for like just right when summer is ending, end of summer, early fall vibes. That'll come up next, hopefully. But I am excited to get into this author because I feel like, especially Just for the Summer, I've seen so many people talking about it, so I'm like very, very curious. I think there is a reading order, or maybe there's not. I think I read this one first and then this one. From what I've seen, there's like a loose series vibe going on between like these 2 and Just for the Summer, but I could be wrong about that. If it is, I'm kind of down for that because I love when books are kind of connected to one another but also separate, so looking forward to it. I will keep you updated. Oh gosh, is this dual point of view? I think dual point of view is fine for me, especially since like it's a contemporary romance, like the dual point of view is between the 2 characters. That's fine with me, I think. I typically don't like multiple point of views because there's always 1 or 2 characters that I care about way more than the rest. And it's not like I don't care about the others as characters, it's just I don't want to see their point of view. I felt this immensely during the 6 of Crows series. What's that? Gosh, what is that one with the powers? Aaron Warner. Why is that the only name I can conjure up from this series? Shatter Me. I hated it in Shatter Me towards the end of the series when it was multi-point of view. Didn't like that. ACOTAR, that blue book. I forgot what that one's called. Frost and Starlight. And also the other Sarah J Maas series, the big one. Crescent City. I don't know why I'm forgetting all my books. I just always get attached to a certain few characters and I hate when we're not with them. And it's not like I hate the other characters, it's just they need to stay as side characters. I can't follow through their main lead. Like I can't do it. I don't like the multi-point of view is what I'm trying to say. Dual is fine, I think, especially in the case of like this, but I'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous to read these, but hopefully I fly through them. Yes, I will keep you updated as I read these. It is quite literally just a few hours after I finished filming that clip that you just saw. This is how much I have left of the book. This hasn't happened to me in a long time. I'm on page 277 and there's like 350-ish pages. I have like literally less than 100 pages left. I feel like even when it comes to like the fantasy genre, which is what I solely read kind of for the past like year or so, I always like stopped myself before I finished it. This one, I feel like I literally had to stop myself just to like film this so I'd have an update in between me starting and finishing it. It's crazy actually, like that this is happening. I'm actually so shocked. I didn't think I was gonna like this book. Really, like the premise was not super enticing to me, but I am deeply shocked. And it's a Friday night. If you're wondering, this is my idea of an ideal Friday night. It's definitely like hard to compare authors and stuff, and I don't want to do that, but I really liked the way that Emily Henry like set out her books. But I also really like how this book is set out, because there's no like slow burn, there's no like wait 100 pages to get into it. It was like literally immediate, and I feel like that's very refreshing, honestly, because I feel like nearly every book I've read, it's taken quite a while for like things to actually happen. This sort of trope, I guess, kind of reminds me of Happy Place. Not exactly or anything, but just like the dynamic between the two characters, I feel like is really similar, and I'm very much enjoying it. I feel like there's a lot within the main characters that I can relate to, so I feel like that is very interesting for me to see, and like, I don't know, just kind of like think about it in context to my own life, I guess. I really like this trope. Yeah, I can already tell you this is gonna be a 5-star read. Maybe it'll decrease over time, because sometimes that happens. Like initially I rate books like a 5-star, and then like eventually I'll like decrease them to a 4 if like time proves that it hasn't like stuck around really. This is really good, and this is so surprising to me, and like I feel like that's adding to my feelings towards it, because I'm just really enjoying it. Maybe if I reread it, I'll have like more of a critical lens that I could read this in, but for now I'm just like so excitedly reading this. And also I've picked up that Bree's story is in the second book, so I'm so excited to see her story as well. I have been genuinely like laughing while reading this book, which also is something that is very rare for me. This is good. Like Bree is so funny. I really like her sense of humor, and I'm like actually like laughing out loud. I don't know, it's just been so fun to read this. I think I can finish this by tonight, potentially, but I might save my thoughts for the morning, so I guess I'll see you then. Let's talk about this. I'm actually also quite well into this book as well, which I'll get into, but this is really good. I think the ending started getting a little bit frustrating. Some of her decisions at the end, I was like, come on now, it's very obvious like what you need to do, let's do it. I really liked how things were depicted and how everything went. Yeah, I was not expecting to like this that much, and like I mentioned before, I really liked the fact that we could just kind of jump straight in. There's literally not a section where it's just like beginning fluff. We get straight in, and it works really well for this story. I read it within the night. That was crazy. I haven't done that with a book in so long. I like so much of this book, it's hard to like pinpoint certain things. This could be one that I reread, just because I do feel like when I read books like really fast, I'm probably missing some things, or like just my memory can't like hold everything. So I'm definitely interested to see if I pick this up again. Okay, now let's talk about this book. This is a bit of a slower read for me. I am still like interested, and I think I will still continue to read it, but it is moving at a slower pace, I guess, from that book. In terms of the characters, I'm interested to see how they grow throughout this book, but so far I'm not having the same sort of attachment that I had with that book to any of the characters, so this will probably take me like a normal amount of time to read. Yeah, I feel like I don't really have too many thoughts about this yet, just taking my time with it, I guess, compared to this one, but this was really, really good. I'll keep you updated with this. I am about to go on a little solo date mission adventure. I haven't done one of these in a while, actually. I'm continuing my little goal for this year of doing like 5 solo dates, and the one that I'm doing today is my outdoorsy sort of one. So I think I'm just gonna go pick up a matcha, maybe a little treat, bring this book to read, and just like enjoy the weather, I guess. I'm also packing right now because I have another work trip coming up, which I think I'm uploading before this, so that is probably already out. But yeah, I'm gonna head out and we will read some more.
Come on, soft, turn the key and cool her off.
Okay, I've made it to page 160 and I'm enjoying it so far. I was a little bit nervous at first with the first check-in because I was like not exactly sure, but I feel like now the tropes have been introduced. We're doing the fake dating. I wouldn't say it's the same level as Part of Your World, but it's definitely a good one.
Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today.
I don't look my best right now. I was taking a nap all day. I've been napping all day because I just got back from LA and somehow the jet lag has hit me really hard. But I thought it would be a good time to talk about my Abby Jimenez updates as it is raining outside. And this is one of my favorite times of year when it's end of summer and every evening it just rains. I love it. It's so cozy. It gets me so excited for fall. It's ultimate cozy vibes. Anyways, while I was in LA, I finished this book. I think the last time I talked to you, I was around like halfway through or just reaching that point, or maybe I was only at the 100-page point. This took me a little bit longer to read. I'm not gonna lie, I am giving this book a 3 stars because I got a little frustrated with the main girl character, Brianna, for a good part of the book. I understood her fears of commitment. I didn't understand the level of sabotage that came with it, and that just might be me because I feel like I'm more on the opposite side of the spectrum. I definitely understand the anxious attachment style more than the avoidant, I guess, and I guess she would be avoidant. I got really frustrated with her towards the end, and I related to the guy in this book a lot more towards the end. At the beginning I thought I was relating more towards her, but at the end I felt like I would be in his situation, and I was just getting so frustrated with how she was handling everything. Him and her brother were about to go into surgery, and she was making the entire situation about her fears. He has given nothing to give her any reason to believe that he is like a bad person, and she's just like telling him to his face, you're a man, you're gonna be a bad person, like you're gonna leave, whatever. And I found that so incredibly frustrating. Like literally these two people are about to go into surgery and she's like, yeah, I'm breaking up with you after this. Huh? He's giving your brother his organ, which shouldn't mean that you should feel a certain way because of that, but that is crazy. To me. I also just in general, I hate the miscommunication trope. It is not for me, and that's not me making a comment on if miscommunication was done well or not in this book. I just really don't vibe with the miscommunication trope. It stresses me out. I hate it. It made it extra frustrating to see both point of views and like having that understanding of like where both characters are in their mind, and then not having that same sort of understanding that each of them would have, because you're seeing the whole picture but they aren't, so obviously they're gonna think different. I just hate being in that position of just knowing everything and then them not knowing everything. So anyways, yeah, I like this book overall, but it's in a 3-star category. I just don't think I would pick this up again, reread it, and I didn't really like how it ended up going. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this. And I recently picked up the final book that we're reading from Abby Jimenez. This one I have very high hopes for. That makes me a little bit nervous, but I know so many people have enjoyed this book and have rated it 5 stars, and I don't know, I feel like this could be good. We'll see how it goes. It is an online meeting sort of situation, which I feel like I haven't really gotten into yet. I think it's already like off to a good start, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's very highly anticipated. This is the reason why I chose Abby Jimenez too. I'm like coming to my first 100 pages done. I'm not the same level as I was with Part of Your World. I'm not gonna call it yet. I'm gonna see how it goes, but it hasn't got me yet. As you can see, I'm fully horizontal right now, so I plan on staying like this for the rest of the night, honestly. Soft because I like my biscotti soft.
Cheers!
Cheers!
I like.
It's like
Fire. Yeah. Biscotti.
Dip it. That's good. I've now finished reading all 3 books, so let's talk about it. For third, I'm gonna go with yours truly. For second, I have Just for the Summer, and kind of by a landslide, Part of Your World. For my first, so this is my little stack. Before I continue in, these covers do not give any indication of what the book talks about. There's a lot of tough topics, I will say, that are covered in these books. I just want to put that out there because there is like some sort of like content warning that should be addressed as well. So actually for this one, I really liked like this much of it. The beginning was a little bit slower to get into, but then it started going by pretty fast and I was really enjoying it. And then the ending kind of threw me entirely off. I don't know why, but Brianna in this story felt very different from Brianna in this story, and I know she's not that main of a character in this, but it just felt like she was very different in both books, and the ending of this kind of confused me a little bit and it just kind of got me a little frustrated. For that reason, bottom of the list. I did still enjoy it. I didn't not enjoy any of these books. Here's the thing, I'd pick this up again and read like the bits that I liked, so I don't know if it really deserves to be third. I don't know, we'll see. Just for the Summer, I went in with really high expectations for this, so that did jade a little bit of my feelings toward it. I more so cared about the main character and her best friend and the mom storyline than anything else, but I don't think I would pick this up and read it again because there were not really many parts that I was like super excited to be reading. But again, that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. It was a good first read and I think this book will just exist like that. Yeah, I expected to really like this, so it's probably my perception of it going in with higher expectations and then coming out like it was alright. But I still rated this higher than this because another interesting point I'm remembering now is I feel like the main characters of all 3 of these books kind of had a similar plot line where they have a little bit of resistance at the beginning and then it's like they're slowly falling and then they just have like a no I can't do this moment and then it's like really bad for like the last part of the book and then in the last couple of pages the conflict is resolved. I'm not the biggest fan of that always, especially when the conflict seems like really big or something really big happens and I'm like, how is that forgiven? How do the two characters not just leave it at that and move on? This was very interesting to see like the mental health side of things, and it definitely had like a big presence in the book. I didn't really like the guy. He was sweet, but I'm alright. This book by far was my favorite. I really enjoyed this, and I know that all of the books kind of called upon the magic of Wakan, I think is how you say it. I loved that element of this book. It felt magical, it felt small town, it just felt perfect for like a standalone book. The story was very contained. The beginning, middle, and end were equally enjoyable. She also had like a point of like scariness, I guess, in her relationship, but I felt like it was reasonable and dealt with well, and just the magic of the town being involved with that as well. That was my experience reading these books. It's been such a good time to read these, I feel like, because there is that like small town element to them, and I feel like as the summer is ending, I have really enjoyed like having these pair along with the weather. I'm getting into like my cozy reading feeling. So next I would like to do Taylor Jenkins Reid. Her books have been on my TBR for a while, so I will probably read her books next, but some fantasy books might come into play. I like this whole like method of reviewing an author's work over like a month or so, like just reading wise. It's been like kind of fun to do that. If you guys have any recommendations for your favorite authors, I would love to hear them. If you like her books, let me know your favorite one. That would be interesting to start a little discussion if you're interested. I also have a Goodreads account, which I will link in the description if you are ever interested in that kind of stuff. I also hope you enjoyed seeing little bits of the end of summer in New York. Lots of fall content on the horizon. I know it's August, but I am unfortunately one of those that gets the fall bug like mid-July. So if you see me post fall content and you're not in the fall mood, just save the video for later. But if you do love fall, stick around because I am going to get super cozy this year and I am determined to make that happen. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.